for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Welcome to the Ideal Home and Paint Game of the Night. Let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the jungle. It's time for another Friday night Region 9 game day. Carrick Segmiller, Rustin Burnside with you, your Ideal Home and Auto Paint game of the night. It's Snow Canyon, it's Desert Hills. Two teams desperate for a win, two teams trying to get back on the winning track. Who will achieve the goal tonight? We'll find out. Let's jump into a quick Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. Rustin, good to be back on the air with you, my man.
I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set.
Running over the top. There we go. That's all right. Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. Rustin, good to be back on the air for a game, my man. It's been fun on the Burnside beat a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks now running. What do you think? What do you see in this game tonight? Snow Canyon, Desert Hills.
Oh, man. Well, let me tell you a couple things, Carrick, in particular. First and foremost, appreciate you jumping on and sharing your knowledge with us. And as you've stated multiple times leading up to this game, a couple guys looking for W's, right? This losing streaks at this moment in time, both on two-game losing streaks right now, both trying to increase their positioning not only in the standings but the RPI as a whole. Snow Canyon 1-5 in region play, Desert Hills 3-2 in region play. The Thunder, of course, a defensive team. They like to make things tough, gritty, down and out type situation, and they've been locked in defensive battles lately. They just haven't been able to come out on top, namely those, of course, during this two-game slide, ultimately being Crimson Cliffs and Dixie, whereas for Snow Canyon, they're coming off a loss, but arguably maybe one of their best region performances of the year, and which was a 2-point defeat out in H-Town.
Absolutely. The Warriors have been in a ton of close games. We talked about it on your show this morning. When you take a look at it, Snow Canyon has been within 10 points 8 times. 8 of the 13 Snow Canyon losses this year have been under 10 points. 5 of those have been 6 points or less, and a couple of those just 2 or 3 point losses for Snow Canyon. So they've been right there. Now they're trying to put a 4-quarter performance together and get over the hump and try and finish. Of course, for Snow Canyon, as we look at some Intermountain Sports Performance Star Watch, and then we'll have Rustin hit us with some Findlay Subaru keys to the game as well. For Snow Canyon, it starts with Reggie Mackey. Yeah. We know what he's going to bring night in, night out, about 15 points per game. Gil Lamoureux's right around 10 points per game. Isaiah Thompson is about 10 points per game. Who else, though, Rustin? Who else needs to step up and can step up for this Warriors squad as part of our Intermountain Sports Performance Star Watch?
Well, I think one of the names throughout Carrick been brought up. We've talked about him. You've mentioned him before, but as someone like Gil Lamoureux, right, and his importance cannot be overstated for this home team, Snow Canyon. Last time these guys played, which was a 57-40 victory in favor of Desert Hills out at the Thunderdome. That's the fun part of this time of the year. We're getting back to where these guys have already seen each other, and a repeat performance is bound to even be more entertaining than the first. Gil Lamoureux had 16 points in that game, shot 6 of 10 from the field, and was 4 of 6 from downtown. I feel like he's always going to be your X factor. Reggie Mackey is your spread it out, do it all type guy. He can score, he can assist, he can rebound, he can block. But I think as far as pure scoring goes, you're going to be looking at guys like Thompson tonight, and I like a Gil Lamoureux who's been extra effective and certainly was last time these squads faced off.
Real quick before the break, obviously look at Desert Hills. Like Snow Canyon, they've got a guy that it all starts with him. It's Ben Chase. Mason Rasmussen, though, averaging about 11 points per game. Chaz Holbrook is 8 or 9 points per game. We don't know if Jack Oppenshaw is going or not. We'll keep an eye on that. Who else are you looking for real quick in 20 seconds before we got a break?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going someone with like a Freeman Springer, for example, the team's leading 3-point shooter. He is absolutely electric from beyond the arc. You give him space, that's a bad idea every time. He's knocked down multiple threes this year, had 10 points in Desert Hills last game, a 5-point loss, to the Dixie Flyers.
This is your Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. This has been the Intermountain Sports Performance Star Watch. We're going to take a quick timeout for the national anthem. We come back to Findlay Subaru keys to the game. How about a 3-minute timeout and back on ESPN 97.7.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find a helpful face. Someone welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. At Bucks Ace, we exist to help others, and you can see it in our faces.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I've always enjoyed meeting new people, and there's no better place than Bucks Ace Hardware to do that. That's why I love my job. Come see me at Bucks, and let us show you why we're the most helpful hardware store in all of Southern Utah.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Flynn Companies in St. George provides commercial building services to all of Utah. They bring your vision for the building to life without compromise. Flynn's customers have come to expect innovative solutions backed by unparalleled technical expertise and a disciplined approach to project building. Flynn Companies is a proud booster of the Southern Utah community and has literally helped to build it. Visit FlynnCompanies.com today.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
It's fabulous.
So fabulous.
Fabulous Freddy's Car Wash.
Want your car sparkling clean and to save big on gas? Now you can go unlimited for as low as $20 a month. That's right, get your unlimited car wash pass and save 20 cents per gallon on gas. But wait, it gets even better. The higher the wash package, the more you save. Up to 40 cents per gallon every time. Don't miss out on these incredible savings. Fabulous Freddy on River Road or North Bluff in St. George. Go unlimited today.
Get ready. Let's wash our cars at Fabulous Freddy's.
Look, Mom! I drew you a dinosaur!
Son of a brontosaurus! Not ideal. Your kid using Sharpie on the living room wall. Ideal. Ideal Home and Paint's Kelly Moore paint selection. Make your house, flaws and all, look its very best with a little help from Kelly Moore Paint at Ideal Home and Paint. Ideal Home and Paint, your local paint experts in Southern Utah since 1975.
Welcome back to the action, brought to you in part by Ideal Home and Paint.
Welcome back inside the jungle. Carrick Sagmiller, Rustin Burnside with you. It's Desert Hills. It's Snow Canyon. Rustin, why don't you hit us with some Findlay Subaru keys to the game for both sides before we dive into this thing?
I think we know in particular, first of all, that Desert Hills, as aforementioned, and as we've done on the Andy Thompson Show, the Burnside Beat, throughout the week, Desert Hills is a defensive-minded team. That means they want you to play their style of game. Good news for Snow Canyon, they're already kind of in that boat, right, Carrick? This is a team that puts up 50 points a game, all right? They're not going to wow you in terms of how many points they put up on a night-to-night basis. And typically you would say, well, we want a little more scoring production. That bodes in your favor against this Desert Hills team because you don't have to worry about getting thrown out of your rhythm, thrown out of your jive. Play your style of basketball, play your brand, stick to the script, go with what Coach Ball's laid out, and you're going to have a competitive ball game throughout. So I'm going to go in that direction for Snow Canyon is don't get frazzled. Don't get worried. You have nothing to lose right now, right? Kind of a situation to where your record doesn't reflect the talent on your roster. Go all out, play hard. Don't worry about if they're defensive this or if they're hot shooting this or who's the main player. Just go play your game tonight. That's going to be key for the home team here in the jungle. And I think for Desert Hills, this is a team on the flip side. You talk about the injury to someone like a Jack Offenshaw, right? And you wonder, what are you going to do inside? Well, if you're the Thunder, what it comes down to is that extra pass, staying crispy with it. It's such a hard thing to do at this level of basketball, but having the patience and the understanding of knowing that this ball's whipping around the perimeter, if I just make one more pass, it's going to go from a good look to a great look, and that's what the Thunder are trying to achieve. And right now, too, for this Desert Hills squad, you look at who's out there. We're going to go with the starting lineup, specifically looking at guys like Freeman Springer out there on the floor for this team. You're going to have Mason Rasmussen, the forever starter, Ben Chase, number 11. The floor general, Chaz Holbrook, wears number 2. And then, of course, number 4, Luke Terry, who leads this team in assists. So there's the information we've gathered specifically on Jack Offenshaw and what we have going on. We're going to start this game off with a technical free throw. It's going to be Ben Chase on the line. Just kidding. That's a joke. He just walked up to the free throw line like he was Genu. So
he might be, actually.
Oh, shoot, he is. Okay, never mind.
Not sure what the explanation is. It
They
can't
just
be a uniform violation,
my,
right? I mean,
my assessment would maybe possibly be a pregame, like a dunk or something, right? Is that still
okay?
Is that still an ongoing thing in the UHSAA?
He's going to get 2 technical free throws before we even start this thing. And Desert Hills going to be spotted the 2-0 lead.
And the ball. So no jump ball, no tip-off, no standing in the circle. Didn't do anyone any type of good. It's just going to go 2 points for Desert Hills and the inbound for Mason Rasmussen upcoming.
For our video audience, stay patient with the score bug. It will work. I promise you. Here's Desert Hills' first possession. It's Rasmussen a 3, and the offensive rebound to Chaz Holbrook. And the Thunder will reset it. Here's Chase on the dribble. Working inside on Thompson. Lefty layup. No. It gets own rebound. Second chance, yes.
How about that? 2 offensive rebounds. One from Chaz Holbrook, who averages about 1.9 a game. And then Ben Chase, of course, as well. That's already 2 offensive rebounds. Not even a minute into this game, and a 4-0 Desert Hills lead.
Yeah, 4-0 Desert Hills because of the 2 technical free throws. Snow Canyon, first offensive possession of the night. Here's Lamoureux. Inside, looking at Joe Mack Smith. Kicking it back out to the right wing, and Larson and tried to get back to Smith, but threw it away in the corner. It is 4-0 Desert Hills on top. I know the video scorebook says 7-4 Snow Canyon. That is incorrect. Let's see if we can just override that.
You can see Coach Ball over there bark in order saying, you had a guy open on the corner. That's not the movement we want. We want movement, not that kind. And Desert Hills defense already kind of forcing Snow Canyon into an uncomfortable spot.
Here is Springer working inside on Snow Canyon, loses the dribble. Mid-post left, will swing it back out to Rasmussen, and the Thunder reset. And off of the right wing to Holbrook. Holbrook back to Rasmussen. One-on-one with Smith in the corner, 7 to shoot. Baseline right, stops the dribble, tipped out of his hands and out of bounds, and it will stay, nope. It'll go to Snow Canyon, a turnover. Gets the Warriors back to basketball.
Underrated move in basketball from a defensive standpoint is trapping that baseline. They decide to drive in, 2 Warriors step over, make it the easy call, and it results in a Desert Hills turnover. Warriors looking for their first points of the game.
4-0, Desert Hills the lead. And for your video audience, it just, Snow Canyon scoreboard, there's a bunch of different colors up there. So our overlay camera doesn't like it. It's freaking out a little bit that all the numbers aren't the same color. Inside for the Warriors. Shot is up, no good from Lamoureux. And here come the Thunder. 4-0 Thunder lead it. Here's Holbrook leading the break. Kicks to Ben Chase. Right wing 3. Too short. Offensive rebound. Springer, the putback is up and in.
Big time layup, and Springer comes up limping there. Might have twisted that right ankle. 3 offensive rebounds, Carrick, here in the first quarter for the Thunder. Holbrook has one, Chase has one, Springer has one, and both Springer and Chase have converted on second chance points.
6-0. Desert Hills the lead. Warriors with it. Smith. They're going to swing around into the left corner, Lamoureux. Now back to Mackey. Mackey, step back 3, left wing. Too strong, and an offensive foul, loose ball foul going for the rebound. Isaiah Thompson gets whistled.
Well, you want to talk about fundamentals in hoops, right? That's what all the coaches preach. That's what everybody talks about in the stands, all the parents. But, I mean, right now, from a fundamental standpoint, Desert Hills is getting around, getting a body someone, making sure that they're taking care of that glass. Evident there by the foul on Thompson. It was a good box out by Chase. He had no choice to foul him if he wanted to go for that ball. So we've seen multiple offensive rebounds on one end and good clean box outs on the other. That's what Snow Canyon's going to have to try to fix up here as they trail 6-0 here in the first.
5:25 to go, opening frame. Here's Chase working on Thompson. Kick to the left corner. Terry for 3. Off the left and the heel of the iron. Joe Mack the rebound. And here come the Warriors. It's Mackey leading the break. Splits 2 defenders. The jump stop in the lane. Leaves for Thompson. Ooh. And Thompson lays it in for 2.
It all started with a nice Joe Mack Smith rebound, outlet, push down the floor, and what a find from Mackey to Thompson. Leads this team in assists, and that one was a beaut. Chase caught on the block. And that's a tough scenario, Carrick, because you're kind of falling backwards, stumbling. You're looking for a teammate. No one's there. If you throw it, it's likely going to be intercepted. Just hope to get away with it, and the official wasn't going to let him.
6-2. Desert Hills leading it. 4:55 to go, opening frame. O'Kane in the possession. Mackey to the right wing in Lamoureux. Swinging it back out, Larson. Right back to Reggie. He'll drive it inside, stop the dribble on the right block, kicking it out to Larson. Larson in the paint. Stop the dribble, got to vacate. We'll hand off to Lamoureux. Dribble drive, now fadeaway jumper. It rolls around and falls through.
3-4 times I counted there. It was a kick out on the perimeter and a drive. Drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick, and eventually you whittle that defense down, and Lamoureux able to convert on the turnaround J. 6-4 now. We got ourselves a ball game.
Thunder lead trimmed to 2. Halfway through quarter number 1. Here's Terry off a screen. Will kick to the right corner. Rasmussen 3, in and out. He needed that one.
You talked on the show today, this morning, Carrick, about Rasmussen and getting him going. That is priority 1 for Desert Hills. His first shot, in and out.
Smith in the paint, kicks to Thompson in the right corner. Has to tiptoe the inline, nearly went out of bounds, but he'll save it. They'll go inside Mackey. One-on-one with Holbrook. Gets to the bucket, lefty layup, yes.
You know, Reggie Mackey may not have the most height on the floor, but if you give him one-on-one, he's going to act like it. He's going to bully ball inside. We have a steal.
And Thompson the steal. One-on-one with Chase in transition. Missed the layup. A disruption by Ben Chase, and the rebound to Luke Terry and the Thunder. Quickly ahead to Rasmussen. Into the right corner to Holbrook. Now he centered us up. They'll reset. Swing it all the way around the horn. Colton Andrus into the game for the Thunder. Holding left wing. Fakes right, goes left, high off the glass, too strong. And the rebound to Snow Canyon and Niels Larson.
Yeah, good contest there. Snow Canyon's defense has picked up. The rebounding has picked up. And look at him attack on the offensive possessions.
And here's a steal for Desert Hills. Rasmussen one-on-one with Joe Mack Smith. Spinning to the right, knocked out of his hands and off of his leg. A steal, and it's a turnover back to Snow Canyon.
This is why you have to appreciate someone like Coach Ball, Carrick. Even in that moment where Rasmussen gets the steal, they force a turnover on Rasmussen. He's still out there. He's still directing guys and saying, I don't care that you just stripped the ball. What about the offensive possession that led to the turnover, right? It's easy to get caught up in the recency bias of what just happened in front of you. He's concerned about why it happened in the first place, and that's why Snow Canyon continues to improve as the season wears on.
3:02 to go, first quarter. Snow Canyon and Desert Hills tied at 6 here in the Thunder. Just turned the ball over, and Snow Canyon will have the basketball. Both teams making some subs. And Larson still in for Snow Canyon. He'll bring it up. And off to Mackey. Sawyer Kohler is one of the guys in for Desert Hills. There's Snow Canyon setting it up. Cooper Parker with possession. A whistle and a foul away from the basketball.
You know, and you might ask too, why is this game of the utmost importance? And the RPI error today, overall record doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Snow Canyon's 4-13 and Desert Hills is 9-7. Snow Canyon's 22 in the RPI, Desert Hills is 14 as we have a turnover on the inbound.
Miscommunication, Desert Hills the steal. Andrus working inside on Larson, can't finish, but he's got 2 free throws coming at you.
The junior comes in off the bench, runs the floor. The turnover was just a tough pass, man. No one was home, had to get it in bounds. The count was winding down, had to put something up or either that, turn it over, and they took the latter.
First free throw is up and too strong. Well, Andrus will have one more. And he missed both. 2:40 to go, first quarter. Andrus misses both free throws, and we're still tied at 6. Mackey blows past this defender, kicks to Smith. Into the corner now. Snow Canyon with it. Cade Landon. Back to Mackey, driving the baseline left. Inside, gets it to go in traffic.
Man, Mackey so good inside. He got crucial minutes last year. It's showing as he leads this team this year in scoring. He'll take those one-on-one opportunities every time. Can he shoot? Yes. Does he want to get inside next to that rim? Absolutely. That's the preferred method for number 4.
And 8-6, Snow Canyon the lead, and Desert Hills will turn it over. 2:01 to go. We are having continued issues with our score bug on the video side. Apologize for that. We're going to ditch it for now. We'll
was
keep
it trying
you
to say 36 to 8?
It didn't know what's going on. Did Larry take over the score bug? What's going on?
Larry,
stop it. We'll keep you updated. We'll call it just like the radio call. And here's Mackey inside, and one. No, referee says No. Foul was before the shot.
Looked like continuation from where I stand, and that's certainly what the Snow Canyon fans want, but official had a better view at it. We give it to him, and right now a 6-0 run for Desert Hills to start the game has turned into an 8-0 run for Snow Canyon with an inbound upcoming. Last inbound, they turned it over. They're still turning it over at a higher rate than Coach Ball would certainly like, Carrick, but they're stopping them when they do so. Looking for points here as they kick out to Larson.
1:50 to go. Here's Larson, left wing. Fakes the handoff to Landon, now Mackey. Guarded by Andrus, right wing, gets past him, high off the glass, too strong, second time, yeah, no.
Oh.
Pop back out.
Two
Desert
tough
Hills
looks
to
for good
rebound.
looks.
Rasmussen catches right wing. Thunder set it up, have not scored since they led 6-0. They've gone dry. Here's Rasmussen trying to change it, too strong on the three. Andrus offensive rebound, the Thunder reset. 1:15 to go, opening quarter. Luke Terry traveled. Couple of jab steps, and the referee said one too many. You moved the pivot foot that time.
Yeah, it's a brand of ball right now between both squads that's a little uncoordinated. And we knew this coming into tonight. Snow Canyon puts up 50.1 points per game. They give up 56.5. Desert Hills averages 54.8, gives up right about 50. So these two teams pretty much in line, although the record doesn't show it. As far as production goes, I expected a tight ball game like this. Desert Hills walked away with the first one with 17-point victories. As we have a near turnover, we will have a turnover. No, jump ball.
Jump ball.
Freeman Springer was there, and it looked like I didn't get an idea on who the Warrior was fighting for that inbound pass.
Troy Hamlin.
Yeah, just a couple of these inbound passes, right, for both teams. Just a little uncoordinated at this moment in time. Something they're going to want to clean up at the break. It'll be a talking point.
1 minute, 11 seconds to go in the opening frame. Cade Kelsch also into the game for the Warriors. He'll bring the ball across the timeline and set up the offense. Cooper Parker now. Parker to Landon. Landon back to Kelsch. Baseline left, guarded by Rasmussen. Entry pass to the paint, Thompson. Kick it back out, Kelsch. Free throw line. Got 10 to shoot. We'll drive it to the left block. Backdoor cut to Thompson, and he lays it in. Reverse from left to right.
2 times Thompson with some nice off-ball movement. He saved Kelsch by coming up and getting that basketball, and then there, cutting baseline. Great find, great finish from Thompson on the reverse.
10-6. Warriors lead it by 4. 30 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Here's Andrus, and the foul. Going to the line for one.
Well, one thing's going to help, Carrick, when it comes to some passes that are a little out of target, right, a little off balance, starting to move without the basketball, starting to help those passers put it into easier spots, easier positions. We just saw it from Thompson, and we saw it right there from Andrus, moving away from the ball, getting inside. It's easy to make that pass, and for Andrus, it was easy to lay it up and in, even through the contact.
28.4 seconds to go. Andrus, 6'3" junior, averaging 4 points per game, gets the free throw. Finishes the three-point play. He's got 3 points, and it's 10-9. Desert Hills trailing by 1. Shot clock is off. Snow Canyon can play for 1. And Reggie Mackey going to do just that. Holding the ball just across the timeline on the far side. This is what high school basketball was like before the shot clock early in the quarter.
Yeah.
Here's Mackey, loses possession, regains on the left elbow, 5 to shoot. Snow Canyon with it. Here's Parker for 3, left corner, no. And that is how the first quarter will end. Back and forth affair in the jungle after 8 minutes. Snow Canyon 10, Desert Hills 9. Stick with us, more coming up after this 1 minute timeout.
At UFirst Credit Union, we know that everyone's financial journey is unique. So we meet you where you are with the right products and services tailored to your needs. Join our community today at ufirstcu.com. That's UFIRSTCU.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Since 1946, Wilkinson's House of Lighting has been lighting homes and businesses in southern Utah. When I was just a kid, the selections were pretty slim. In fact, it all started when my grandpa Kay attached a sheet of plywood to the ceiling of his living room and mounted a few styles of lighting fixtures to it. Then looked at my grandma Lael and said, "We're in the lighting business now." 79 years later, a lot has changed. We have the most complete selection of lighting fixtures, ceiling fans, lamps, accessories, and lighting educated staff than you'll find just about anywhere. Come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South.
Did you know 30 minutes could change your life? Just a 30-minute consult could change the trajectory of your business and set you up for years of success. Town Square Media builds custom marketing strategies focused on your goals. Call us today at 673-3579.
Welcome back to the action, brought to you in part by Ideal Home and Paint.
Back inside Snow Canyon High School, home of the Warriors, and right now it's the home team with a 10-9 lead over Desert Hills. Thunder start the second here with possession. You're listening to the Ideal Home and Paint Game of the Week as we have an offensive foul going against Desert Hills. They're going to give it to Andrus, moving as he set up that pick, and Snow Canyon opportunity to extend this lead. If you're looking for first quarter scoring, Ben Chase had 4, Colton Andrus 3, and Freeman Springer had 2 for Desert Hills. Snow Canyon was paced by Isaiah Thompson with 4, Reggie Mackey with 4, Gil Lamoureux had 2. And we got a couple extra buckets here and there that we'll have to account for. Kelsch inside, drives, right hand, kick out, Reggie Mackey for 3. Yes, sir, nothing but the bottom of the net for Reggie Mackey. His first triple of the night. And it was a in-motion, fluid shot, nothing but net. 13-9, Snow Canyon on top. Andrus gives over to Terry. Terry faces down Mackey before a high bounce pass to Chase. Chase has it on the elbow. Kelsch comes around, swipes at it, doesn't get it. Terry kicks corner off the loose ball, and that 3 missed by Asher Spence over the top of the rim, and the Snow Canyon student section will let him hear that. Here's Isaiah Thompson. A shakedown dribble. He kicks it back out up top, and Lamoureux gives it over to Hamlin. Hamlin picks up his dribble, looks for Lamoureux, who cuts back out to the corner. Left-hand dribble up top to Isaiah Thompson. He's going to go left to right hand before pitching to Kelsch. Kelsch over to Hamlin. Hamlin fakes inside, right-hand push, caught the rim and bounces out. It looked like it might fall for a quick moment. Instead, rebound to Desert Hills. Andrus moves down the floor, kicks to Terry up top. Asher Spence in the corner, right hand to left, drives inside, baseline on the block, back outside to Freeman Springer, and he'll slow things down for the Thunder. Ball ends up in the corner. Driving baseline was Andrus. Kicks back out to Terry. Shot clock down to 14. Spence forces one up. It's blocked by Troy Hamlin.
Thank you, Rustin. I'll join the broadcast. We're going to give our scorebug one more try here. Let's see if the technology will work. Everybody, thoughts and wishes toward the scorebug machine. Snow Canyon with the possession. Leading it 13-9, and with all the momentum, here's Mackey on the right wing. Guarded by Terry, crossing over left and right, gets into the paint, floater too short, and the rebound to to Springer for the Thunder, and he is fouled. They're going to call a foul or a jump. It looked like Lamoureux kind of had a bear hug.
Yeah, he was over the top on him.
They're going to call a jump ball, and Snow Canyon will maintain the possession on the alternate arrow.
That's what Desert Hills' bench is trying to kind of pinpoint and figure out. They felt it was probably more of a foul, but honestly, give Lamoureux credit for understanding this ball's in an open spot. I can get my mitts on it. Let's leave it up to the officials.
Mackey for 3 left corner on the inbound pass. Too strong. Springer the rebound, and he's fouled, trying to split 2 defenders.
Good rebound from Springer, man. He's been out there, got the starting nod tonight. He's been extra effective. It's simply not only cleaning the glass, he's got a bucket to his own name. He provides a 3-point threat for this Desert Hills squad. In fact, I think he leads this team in 3-pointers as far as makes go, field goal percentage. He's at the top, 39%, 19 of 49.
Terry, catch and shoot 3 for D Hills. It rims out. And the other number 4, the rebound, it's Mackey. Trying to throw it ahead to Joe Mack, but it's stolen by Terry. Kick to the right corner, and Holbrook passes on a 3. Waits for the rest of his team to get down, and now they'll reset to half court. Holbrook backs it out, now accelerates inside, and he's fouled on his way inside. They're going to give him free throws. It looks like, yes, they will. Or no, they won't. Inbound pass.
He thought maybe for a second they might. Everybody was huddled up as if free throws were coming. And then you have the official over on the side waiting for the inbound, in which Freeman Springer will toss it in.
Yes. Springer to trigger, baseline right. Holds the lob to Chase. Tried to go up with it off the lob, couldn't. Instead, kicks to the left corner. Rasmussen 3 is short, and Snow Canyon the rebound.
Rasmussen came in tonight with 40 made threes on the year. He started tonight 0 of 2.
Here's Larson for 3. Snow Canyon, and it rims out. Ben Chase was wide open on the outlook or the outlet pass. Desert Hills couldn't get it to him. Instead, they drive inside. A no-look pass from Springer to Chase, and he lays it up and in. He's got 6.
Well, we saw Isaiah Thompson do it earlier for Snow Canyon. Ben Chase copies the same move and makes it look just as pretty.
A timeout for Snow Canyon. 13-11 with 4:53 to go in quarter number 2. We're going to take the 30-second timeout and come right back.
Right now at Wendy's, kickstart your morning with a breakfast burrito. And no, this is not your average breakfast burrito. We're talking 6 strips of bacon, seasoned potatoes, 2 fresh cracked eggs, and 2 slices of cheese, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla. Got all that? It's a complete breakfast in one hand. Ready to go anywhere you go. Introducing Wendy's new breakfast burrito, only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Back to the jungle, Carrick Segmiller, Rustin Burnside, and Snow Canyon, the 13-11 win. What do you make of the first quarter and a half of play tonight? Snow Canyon really came to play tonight.
Yeah, they did. And, I mean, it's been the type of game that both these teams can be relatively comfortable with, right? Nobody has put forth an offensive showcase so far. There's lots of turnovers, lots of still opportunities, couple fouls here and there. It's just been a gritty type of ball game, and it's going to be that way the whole time.
Lamoureux backing inside. Can't get it to go. Good look, but would not stay down, and Desert Hills the rebound. 4.5 to go, quarter number 2, 13-11. Snow Canyon the 2-point advantage. And here's Chase. He's got 6 points for Desert Hills. Hands off to Springer at the free throw line. Springer to the right side, and Terry. Now back to Rasmussen. They've got to get Mason Rasmussen a bucket here. Desperately needs one to get the confidence back, get the groove back. Here's Luke Terry for 3, right corner. No. Rasmussen the follow, the rebound, and a putback. There it is. Will that get him going?
Big time hit for Rasmussen. We know him as a 3-point shooter, 43's made. If that's not falling, find a way to impact the game elsewhere. He did right there on a big rebound and score.
Here's Mackey on the other end, tried to back in on Holbrook, couldn't get it to go. Desert Hills the rebound. We're tied at 13, 3:40 to go until halftime. And this Snow Canyon, Desert Hills battle on a Region 9 Friday. Springer for 3, right wing, it's up and through, you betcha.
Big time hit for Freeman Springer. That gives him 3-pointer number 20 on the year. And for Desert Hills, that is their second 3-pointer made on the night, a team that shoots about 35% from deep.
16-13, Desert Hills back on top as the teams exchange blows. 3:10 to go until halftime. Larson to Smith. Smith fakes the handoff to Mackey. Instead, they give the Lamoureux for 3, right wing. Rims out, Ben Chase the rebound. Has the position and comes down with it.
Good shot from Lamoureux, good look. We talked about the 16 points he had last time they played.
And here's Rasmussen for 3, right corner. It's up and through. We talked about it. He got that bucket inside, just what the doctor ordered for Mason Rasmussen.
That helps break a mini slump there from Mason, and that's a great sign for Desert Hills faithful and their chances to potentially win this ball game. If he's on fire and you're getting threes from everybody else, it's a good night for DHHS.
Here's Snow Canyon setting it up. Mackey working on Chase, faking his way around, and he missed it. Gets his own rebound. The putback, yes. Boy, I don't know if there's anybody working as hard as Reggie Mackey out there, Rustin.
No.
He is all over the place.
I mean, Mackey comes into tonight as about a 15-point per game scorer. Right now he's at 9, Carrick, and really he had a couple shots inside that he left short. He was mad at that one, got the board, finished it.
Springer again, same spot, the right wing 3, up and through for the senior. He's got 8 points.
Now, if you give a 40% 3-point shooter a little bit of room, you bet your bottom the coach has instructed him to pull. He's like, there's any space, take the shot. Take the shot anytime, and Springer has done so a handful of times tonight, knocks down 2.
22-15 at Desert Hills by 7. 1:35 to go until halftime. Mackey holding on the right elbow. Backs it out to the stripe. Over to Lamoureux, left wing, still has the dribble, now uses it. Backing in on Rasmussen, into the corner, Larson. Looking into Smith, he's bumped by Springer.
I like the approach for Snow Canyon there, trying to get the ball into the post. It was 13-13 not too long ago, Carrick. It's since ballooned into a 22-15 Desert Hills lead. You need to settle that down. You can do that by looking into your big man and letting the offense kind of work from the post as Desert Hills provides more pressure on the perimeter there, and it results in a foul.
1:24 to go until halftime. And it's a 7-point Thunder lead. Larson to the free throw line. Over to Kelsch. Kelsch bouncing inside Smith. Loose ball, comes down with it, and he's fouled. 2 shots coming for Joe Mack.
And that's a good find inside. In fact, for a second there, it almost appeared as if it might be a steal. Joe Mack fights for it, gets hands on it, and realizing that the pressure's coming to him, turns and puts that thing up at the rim, sensing the contact, and it results in 2 fabulous Freddy's free throws.
Joe Mack, 53% from the free throw line this season. First one on the way, and good. Boy, that's the kind of shot you make. It hit rim, rolled around, popped out, hit the backboard, more rim, rolled around, fell in.
Let's say if you just called that in a game of horse, you're winning.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He said, I meant to do that. Now let's see you duplicate it. First point of the night, leaves the second one short, but the ball is tipped by Parker, and back to Desert Hills. 1:07 to go until halftime, and it's a 6-point Desert Hills advantage.
For the Thunder in this minute, it's all about efficiency. They were efficient to go on that quick run where they got up 22-15, and they're trying to get back to it.
Holbrook traveled in the left corner. Tried to do that jump stop after catching the pass and just shuffled the feet, and he gets nailed for it. Coach Ball's like, thank you.
And you can say, well, that's a turnover, Desert Hill, which it absolutely is, but also credit goes to Snow Canyon's defense there. That wasn't just a casual turnover. That was a forced turnover because of how quickly they got out to Holbrook, forced him to panic a little bit and try to put that ball on the floor before his feet got moving.
Troy Hamlin back into the game. Gives to Smith. Smith fakes the handoff to a couple of players, now gives to Hamlin. And he traveled. Point of emphasis?
Yeah,
perhaps.
Absolutely. Officials are targeting that here tonight. No complaints from Coach Ball. They're calling it both ways, and that's ultimately what matters, especially on an offense like Snow Canyon's where the whole goal is to drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. If someone gets that on the perimeter, you know they're taking off, so the officials are paying keen attention to those feet.
That's all coaches ever want, right? Call it both ways, at least. 3-second differential between game and shot clock. 23 on the game, 20 on the shot. Desert Hills the possession and a 6-point lead. Here's Terry. Swing it around to Holbrook. 20 feet from the basket, right wing. Moves to the left, now stops the dribble. 8 to shoot, got to find somebody. Here's Rasmussen with 5 on the shot clock, and 4, and 3, and 2. Holbrook at the free throw line, lays it up and in. I don't think he got it off in time. They're going to give it to him.
They gave it to him.
And that's how the first half ends. Now they're going to talk. I don't think he had it off in time.
I mean, if he did, what a move to use that.
And they're going to rule it no, which means it should be Snow Canyon basketball with about 2 seconds left. Desert Hills is leaving, but there was a 3-second differential between game and shot. He laid it up at 3 seconds, so say it goes off the backboard about 2.5.
Yeah.
That should be shot clock violation. Still 2 seconds for Snow Canyon.
Now the Thunder players back out on the floor. They're going to come back to their bench as the officials huddle once again. I mean, it seemed like a savvy move from Holbrook, using it up to the bitter end. They were expecting a shot. He took that extra dribble, dove inside. It was clean. It was open. The issue is he simply ran out of time. The officials correct that afterwards. And you're right, Carrick. We should see some time placed back on the clock. Snow Canyon's getting their players ready to do so. And we see the official now talking to the score table. And I saw him motion the number 2.
A great move from Holbrook coming all the way from the left wing. I think he thought he was looking more at the game clock than the shot clock and thought he had a couple more seconds to get that shot off. Look at that. How much did they put on there? 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Isn't that what I said?
That's what you said, man.
All right. It's like I've seen a game of basketball or two.
That's dude, that might be an early candidate for call of the week right there. 2 seconds. Hope Andy Thompson's listening somewhere.
22-16, Desert Hills the lead. Snow Canyon got to go the full length of the floor with 2 seconds. Inbound to Thompson, 1 dribble, half-court heave at the buzzer. No, it lands in the Desert Hills student section.
Almost took out a cheerleader there. She's okay, smiles on her face. Her team up 6 right now.
22-16, Desert Hills the lead at the half. 16 minutes of basketball gone. What do the next 16 have in store? We'll find out. But first, we got to take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back with the InfoWest halftime report on ESPN 97.7.
Since 1946, Wilkinson's House of Lighting has been lighting homes and businesses in southern Utah. When I was just a kid, the selections were pretty slim. In fact, it all started when my grandpa Kay attached a sheet of plywood to the ceiling of his living room and mounted a few styles of lighting fixtures to it. Then looked at my grandma Lael and said, "We're in the lighting business now." 79 years later, a lot has changed. We have the most complete selection of lighting fixtures, ceiling fans, lamps, accessories, and lighting-educated staff than you'll find just about anywhere. Come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South.
Hi, it's Tyler with We Win Injury Law. People usually call us when they're involved in a vehicle accident, but there are so many other areas we specialize in. Long story short, if you've been injured, we can help. Maybe you've experienced medical malpractice, or a loved one has suffered nursing home abuse, or even a wrongful death. If so, call us today. You need an experienced injury lawyer who knows how to fight insurance companies. Unlike most lawyers, we are not scared to go to trial to fight for what you deserve. Call us today at 435-688-9558 for your free consultation, or visit us at WeWinInjuryLaw.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find a helpful face. Someone welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. At Bucks Ace, we exist to help others, and you can see it in our faces.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I've always enjoyed meeting new people, and there's no better place than Bucks Ace Hardware to do that. That's why I love my job. Come see me at Bucks, and let us show you why we're the most helpful hardware store in all of southern Utah.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Right now at Wendy's, kickstart your morning with a breakfast burrito. And no, this is not your average breakfast burrito. We're talking 6 strips of bacon, seasoned potatoes, 2 fresh cracked eggs, and 2 slices of cheese, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla. Got all that? It's a complete breakfast in one hand. Ready to go anywhere you go. Introducing Wendy's new breakfast burrito, only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
That's not good.
What?
Yep, your car's broken.
Oh, come on.
But we can fix it and get you back on the road quickly.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Pro Auto Care in St. George can handle anything under the hood of your Honda, Acura, Toyota, and Lexus. From oil changes to major repairs, quality work at an affordable price. Check them out at yourproautocare.com. That's yourproautocare.com.
Looking for a checking account that rewards you?
Absolutely!
With You First Rewards Checking, earn rewards for everyday things like swiping your debit card. If your checking account isn't stacking rewards, it's time to switch. Experience a credit union that puts you first at youfirstcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to the action, brought to you in part by Ideal Home and Paints.
Welcome back inside the jungle. Carrick Segman, the Rustin Burnside with you. InfoWest halftime report as Desert Hills leading at 22-16 as part of our Ideal Home and Auto Paint game of the night. Got to shout out Andy Thompson. He's here pushing all the buttons as well, keeping us on the radio, on the video stream. He's doing it all tonight. So shout out to AT, keeping us on the air. 22-16, Desert Hills the lead in a back and forth affair that saw Desert Hills jump out to a 6-0 lead through the first, I don't know, Rustin, what would you say, 2-3 minutes of the ball game?
Yeah.
And then
for quite some time.
They went dry. They did not score again until about the 1:30 mark of the first quarter. And Snow Canyon raced out and took a lead and then led it 10-9 after one. Desert Hills took back the momentum with some big timely three-point shooting in the third quarter. They outscored Snow Canyon 13-6 in the second quarter. Mason Rasmussen had 5 all in the second quarter. Freeman Springer hit 2 3-pointers in the second quarter. Ben Chase had a bucket. And Desert Hills kind of taking the momentum going back into the half, but a ton of ball to still be played.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the type of game that if anybody just gets hot at any given moment, it could completely change the trajectory of how this one's going. Offense has been a little hard to come by. 22-16, both these teams right about on pace for for their averages of the season. But that's how these guys like it. That is exactly what they're looking for. They want buckets inside. Desert Hills got the 3-ball rolling a little bit there towards the tail end of the second, and that's ultimately why the Thunder have the lead. That 3-ball, Snow Canyon still kind of looking for at this moment in time. I'm not quite sure. I think they've hit 1 3 on the night, and that was off the hands of Mackey himself. Everything else has been good looks, whether it's been, Gil Lamoureux or whoever's been firing from downtown. They've been solid looks. They just haven't dropped. Desert Hills has that 3-point advantage right now in their favor, and that's kind of favoring this Thunder team because both have turned the ball over a decent amount, right? Both have had some missed shots inside. I'd say foul count's been even, free throw count's been pretty gosh dang even through and through. The officials have done a good job. The slight edge right now to Desert Hills, I really think just because it comes because of their ability from downtown at this moment in time. Rasmussen gets one. Of course, Freeman Springer, he's led the team tonight, has 21 on the season now, and right now that's what's shaking things up.
Let's take a look at your Wilkinson stats and scoring. First for the visiting Thunder as they hold a 22-16 lead. Desert Hills again 9 points in the first quarter, 13 points in the second to score those 22 points. And let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4 Desert Hills players score in the first half. And this is a time of year where coaches are locking down that rotation, right? So you might look at it and say, man, only 4 guys scored. They maybe need to spread the ball around a little bit. Well, Jack Oppenshaw is still out tonight. He's someone that gives you close to 10 points per game. That's not an option. And, they're playing some other guys, but this point in the season, that's the rotation. Those are going to be your 4 or 5, maybe 6 main scorers in the ball game. They're led by Freeman Springer. It's 5.8 points per game. He's got 8 tonight, including 2 big-time makes from the right wing that were huge for Desert Hill in that second quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, we talk about the 3-ball coming alive. He's kind of been the key component of it, right? He hasn't stopped shooting despite, I can't remember if it was the first or the first 2 that didn't go down. He continued to fire it up. You talk about it coming from the same spot. He's just been consistent in that shooting rhythm. And it's helped this team out because you could certainly say Mason Rasmussen's the guy who needs to take the majority of the shots. Or you could say it's Ben Chase, or you could say whoever it is. But Desert Hills is going to win more ball games when they play together as a team. I don't want to get sappy. I don't want to get cliche, but that's how basketball works. If everybody's contributing, you're more likely to have success. And right now, Desert Hills certainly has that. And Snow Canyon's no stranger to that themselves. In fact, that game against Hurricane, and what was a tough, tight 2-point loss, they had 3 Warriors in double-digit scoring. They can do that as well. So team ball is going to be just as essential as the ability to hit the 3 here in the second half.
Hey, you know what? You can bring the cliche answers all you want up in here. I have a hard time with people sometimes, wherever you're at school or at church or, doing whatever, and they say, hey, no cliche answers. Think deep here.
Yeah.
Well, why not? It's the cliche answers that are the important ones. You got to do the small things, right, in order to do the big things good. So you bring those cliche answers all you want. So 8 points for Springer to lead the Thunder. From there, Ben Chase had 6. Mason Rasmussen had 5 points in the second quarter. That's where he stands right now. And 3 points for Colton Andrus, the junior, getting some extended minutes tonight as well as the other night in the rotation. Again, kind of another byproduct of Oppenshaw not being in the ballgame. For Snow Canyon, they go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 players score. They're led by, no surprise here, Reggie Mackey, 9 points, a game-high mark. Hit 1 3 in the first half, did Reggie. 4 points for Isaiah Thompson, 2 points for Gil Lamoureux, and Joe Mack Smith with a single free throw. And he's got 1 point. That's the Snow Canyon scoring for you. Mackey had a lot of other good looks, even around the bucket, that wouldn't stay down. Don't count on that happening if you're a Desert Hills fan the whole game. He'll find that rhythm, and he's going to continue to score on you for the Snow Canyon Warriors. So who else, though? We talked about Thompson in the pregame. We talked about Lamoureux. I think I want to see maybe a guy like Niels Larson get some shots up in this second half. He's hit 22 threes on the season. So you think you're going to have to see someone like Niels or a few other guys step up and take some pressure off of Reggie to get the job done here in half number 2.
Absolutely. That's an added bonus. And even if you look at Reggie Mackey, he can be a little flustered here at the break if he wants. But his looks, you talked about it. He's got inside. They have been there. Desert Hills is still giving that one-on-one opportunity, which has allowed him to use his athleticism. It's allowed him to use his speed to get under that rim, get next to the rim, get on the block, and put up some shots. Contested shots? Yes. Good shots? For sure. And I mean, he's going to continue to want to see those looks in the second half. The more looks he has at the rim, more likely he's going to finish, because he's just that type of player. So, yeah, you want to see someone like Larson or Landon, right, to continue to help pour in some of that wealth on the offensive end. But even if Mackey continues to get those type of looks, Snow Canyon will continue to keep pace with this Desert Hills team.
Those are your Wilkinson stats and scoring. Lighted up Region 9 since 1946. Wilkinson's House of Lighting has been a fan of all Southern Utah sports. With lights, fans, and fixtures, contractors and homeowners always welcome at Wilkinson's. How about some Hersey's Hardware Region 9 updates for you? 2 other games going on in the region tonight. Of course, it's Hurricane and Pineview over at the Pit tonight in the grudge match. Hurricane dropped a close game by 4 in the first game out in Hurricane. At the half, 32-29, the Tigers. The 3-point lead over the Panthers over at the Pit. We talked on your show this morning about maybe some revenge on the mind for Hurricane in a game that maybe they feel like slipped away a little bit at home over at their place a couple of weeks ago, trying to get a big one on the road again. Dixie is up at Cedar tonight in Southern Utah's oldest rivalry. No score on that. We'll try to find one for you. But, hey, 32-29, a good one brewing over at the Pit.
Absolutely. The Tigers, a team right now, with Pineview falling to Crimson Cliffs, basically the Mustangs are the only undefeated team left in region play as far as that goes. So the Panthers looking to rebound off a tough loss out there in the Corral. And also, I mean, for Hurricane, 3-3 in region, they're that 500 team. They're looking to go above. They're looking to make a statement. They're looking to make something happen. And I'm excited to see what they continue to do, because Brigham Kemp, R.J. Hurst, Callan Hughes, I feel, has hit a different level. They're just a fun team to watch, whereas Pineview, they just distribute the ball well. They shoot great from downtown. This is going to be a down-to-the-wire type of game that we have right now.
22-16, Desert Hills, the lead over Snow Canyon at the half. This has been the InfoWest halftime report. Let's step away. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back with the second half on ESPN 97.7.
Right now at Wendy's, kickstart your morning with a breakfast burrito. And no, this is not your average breakfast burrito. We're talking 6 strips of bacon, seasoned potatoes, 2 fresh cracked eggs, and 2 slices of cheese, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla. Got all that? It's a complete breakfast in one hand. Ready to go anywhere you go. Introducing Wendy's new breakfast burrito, only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Since 1946, Wilkinson's House of Lighting has been lighting homes and businesses in southern Utah. When I was just a kid, the selections were pretty slim. In fact, it all started when my grandpa Kay attached a sheet of plywood to the ceiling of his living room and mounted a few styles of lighting fixtures to it. Then looked at my grandma Lael and said, "We're in the lighting business now." 79 years later, a lot has changed. We have the most complete selection of lighting fixtures, ceiling fans, lamps, accessories, and lighting-educated staff than you'll find just about anywhere. Come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South.
Right now at Wendy's, kickstart your morning with a breakfast burrito. And no, this is not your average breakfast burrito. We're talking 6 strips of bacon, seasoned potatoes, 2 fresh cracked eggs, and 2 slices of cheese, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla. Got all that? It's a complete breakfast in one hand. Ready to go anywhere you go. Introducing Wendy's new breakfast burrito, only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
That's not good.
What?
Yep, your car's broken.
Oh, come on.
But we can fix it and get you back on the road quickly.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Pro Auto Care in St. George can handle anything under the hood of your Honda, Acura, Toyota, and Lexus. From oil changes to major repairs, quality work at an affordable price. Check them out at yourproautocare.com. That's yourproautocare.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Welcome back to the action, brought to you in part by Ideal Home and Paint.
Welcome back inside the jungle. 22-16, Desert Hills a 6-point lead as the InfoWest halftime break wraps up. Rustin, 10 seconds left on this clock. Give me your thoughts on the second half. What can each team do in the second half? 10 seconds, ready, set, go.
Well, we talked about team ball, particularly everybody else stepping up. The ability to hit the threes, massive. Getting those rebounds is key, and limiting turnovers. Whoever does that first and foremost, they're going to be the guy.
I love it. 22-16, Desert Hills the lead.
We don't have the official stats, Carrick, but if you had to guesstimate here, between these two teams combined, not singling anyone out, how many turnovers do you think we witnessed in that first half?
Oh, combined?
Yeah, combined. Just throw a guesstimate out there.
Probably close to 15.
Had to be, right?
Is that too many?
No, I was thinking
7
right
or
about
8
that.
per team?
Yeah.
Desert Hills will have the opening possession of the third quarter, sporting the road black uniforms, white numbers, the word Thunder across the chest. Snow Canyon in the classic home white uniforms with green Snow Canyon lettering and numbers. Springer looking inside to Ben Chase. Offensive foul away from the basketball, and it's going back to Snow Canyon.
The officials have watched a couple things really closely tonight. The first being, what's your pivot foot doing? Multiple travels called in this game. Second thing they've also watched is an illegal screen. That's multiple times they've called that on the Thunder.
Desert Hills shows full court press, but Snow Canyon able to get through it. And now Mackey will set up the offense. Over to Smith. Thompson pops out, makes a catch, 3-point land straight away, swing over to Larson. Would love to see number 3 for Snow Canyon fire a few threes here. Get Larson going. He's hit a bunch of them. Here's Mackey for 3 straight away. Bang.
Too open, too easy for Mackey. You give him a little bit of space, he'll take that daylight every time. Desert Hills defense sucked down, forgot about 4, who curled up top and hit it from the top of the key.
Here's Chase, wraparound pass, back to Rasmussen, right corner 3, bingo! Had to shoot a high arcing shot and he buried it.
Number 42 when it comes to 3-pointers made on the season for Rasmussen, his second in this game. And after a slow, kind of cold start, he got an offensive rebound, and then he's been on fire since.
A great look from Mackey inside to Thompson. He'll catch and score. Here we go. Get ready for a track meet in the second half. 25-21. Desert Hills leads by 4. A minute and 20 gone by in the third quarter.
When you see a pass like that from Mackey, no wonder he leads this team in assists, right around 5 a night. And what a cut to the rim from Thompson.
Springer bounces to Chase on the left block, and he's fouled by Thompson.
It's a 25-21 game. It's a rivalry game. The energy's up. The crowd's full. It's a great environment. You're going to take a swing at a couple of those passes. You're going to take an opportunity to try to make a big play happen. The issue for Thompson is that's his 3rd personal on the night, Carrick, and we've just really got this third quarter underway, so he's going to have to be cautious as he stays out on the floor.
25-21. Thunder the 4-point lead, trying to extend it on this possession. They give Chase some room, and you can't do that. He swishes the 3, and it's a 28-21 Desert Hills lead.
To my knowledge, that's Ben Chase's first 3 attempted in this game, and his 14th made on the season.
You can tell he didn't want to pull immediately, but he said, if you're going to give me that space, I got to take it. Here's Mackey driving baseline left in traffic, lays it off the window and in. How'd he do that?
Well defended from Desert Hills. Help came over. It just didn't matter. Mackey had the athleticism to leap above everyone and put that off the backboard.
Here's Chase operating against Thompson, and Thompson will win that battle. No bucket for Chase. Here comes Thompson leading the break for Snow Canyon. Kicks to the corner. 3 on the way from Lamoureux. Off the side of the backboard and into the hands of Springer. Here come the Thunder. Back and forth we go. Here's Terry wide open straight away. Short. Offensive rebound for the Thunder and Springer.
That's kind of how the first quarter started, Carrick. Lots of offensive rebounds for the Thunder that allowed them to establish that 6-0 lead. Here in the second half, there haven't been quite as many, but you don't like to see that if you're the Warriors.
Holbrook spinning to the left, stops in the paint, jumper. too strong, and falls off the heel of the iron into the hands of Joe Mack.
Good look for Chaz. I don't think we've seen him pull quite yet, other than the one that was waved off due to a shot clock violation. So for Desert Hills to talk about team ball, he'll get someone like Holbrook rolling and cutting inside will be big. Just wasn't able to get that one to bounce.
4:45 to go, third quarter. Mackey, free throw line jumper. No. That crawled up on top of the backboard. They didn't call anything. Here comes Desert Hills. In transition, 3, left wing from Rasmussen. It's too short. Bounces into the hands of Lamoureux and Snow Canyon, and a whistle away from the ball as Rasmussen and Joe Mack Smith get tangled up under the basket.
That was a long rebound, Carrick. Lamoureux got that not too far off from the volleyball line. When he turned around, it was 2-on-2. It was Lamoureux with the ball. It was Joe Mack Smith down low. Rasmussen was on Joe Mack Smith, and away from the ball, those two got tangled up, tussled up, and the official's going to give that foul to Rasmussen, who, I don't know how accurate that board is. It says that's his 5th foul, but he's clearly still out on the floor.
He's still in the game. You get 6 in high school now, didn't you know that?
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Here's Larson. And 3 in the key. Do you have your bingo card?
Yeah.
Did you bring your bingo card tonight? We've seen it all.
It would be filled up already.
3 in the key called against Snow Canyon. And Rustin's got bingo. What's the prize? Island Grinds gift card.
That's right, 1.25 of more basketball.
4:08 to go here in quarter number 3, and a 28-23 Desert Hills lead. Here's Ben Chase, hesitates, now accelerates, the layup with the right hand, no. He crashes to the floor, he's grabbing that right arm. He'll get 2 free throws, and he seems to be okay making his way to the stripe.
It was a good contest from Joe Mack. Seemingly he went up with his left hand in the air. The officials are going to get him for that right hand down underneath. That's the one they felt created contact, and a hard fall for Ben Chase as he goes to the Fabulous Freddy's charity stripe. Opportunity to add 2 more on a night that's already been 9 points. This can put him into double digits as the first one rims out. Second one still can do so. Only one player in double digit scoring so far up to this point, and that would be Reggie Mackey of the Warriors with 14. As Freeman Springer checks into the game for Luke Terry. Terry's had a couple good looks from downtown tonight. Hasn't gotten any to go down quite yet, but they're solid looks. The team's pumped every time he puts them up. They have utmost faith in him. He'll get a breather as Chase hits the second, and that is the first player in double-digit scoring for Desert Hills. Chase at 10.
29-23. Desert Hills with the 6-point advantage. Here's Mackey in the paint. Kick into the corner, and it's tipped out of bounds by Ben Chase. Snow Canyon maintains with 17 to shoot.
Rasmussen did a good job there on the baseline, sticking with him, staying home. You know Mackey can create inside once he starts moving those elbows, and he stood strong.
Here's Larson. Over to the left side, and a whistle away from the basketball again. This time I think it's going to be Freeman Springer, based on the look on his face.
A couple of these fouls, the one on Rasmussen, the one on Springer, they've all happened on Joe Mack Smith, who hasn't touched the basketball, but his ability to move on that block, move around, he's keeping defenders close to him. And if anything, he's made the opposition pick up a couple.
Inside is Smith, kicking to Larson. Driving the left, stops underneath the basket, reverse it from left to right, throws it off the window, no. Desert Hills the rebound. Here come the Thunder in transition, 3:20 to go here in quarter number 3. A 6-point lead for the visiting Thunder. Andrus gives to Rasmussen. Rasmussen in the free throw line, back to Andrus, blows past his defender, jump stop into the lane, kick to the right corner, 3 on the way from Holbrook. It's too strong, and he saves it back in, but it goes back to Snow Canyon.
Holbrook this season came into tonight from downtown. Al, he was shooting right at about a 22% clip, 13 of 59 on the year. That was a clean one. You'll let him take that shot 10 out of 10 times, Carrick. It's just a prime example of how a couple of these shots just haven't gone down. When it's your night, it's your night. Tonight for some of these fellas it hasn't been, but that can certainly change as they continue to shoot themselves out of it. And if you're going to get looks like that, it makes it all the easier.
Snow Canyon with the basketball, and a 29-23 advantage. Trailing by 6 is Snow Canyon with 3 minutes to go in the third. Here's Parker, just checked back into the game for the Warriors. Over to Smith. Smith trying to pass it back to Landon, to Parker, and a miscommunication. It goes out of bounds.
A couple times we've seen that tonight from both teams. Parker does the classic throw your fist up, backdoor cut, and unfortunately just weren't on the same page, same level. That ball goes right out of bounds, and Desert Hills looking for a chance to extend what is a 6-point lead.
And the Thunder with possession. Andrus over to Terry with 2:25 in the third. They give him space. He'll pull the three, and it rattles home.
We talked about it when Luke Terry went to the bench. He had some great looks from downtown that hadn't went in yet. He gets back in the game. He continues to shoot, and look at that one. Beautiful shot.
And Reggie Mackey driving inside, and he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming for Mackey. Coach Allred saying, hey, what's the call?
Yeah, Coach Allred's got his hand straight up, indicating, I think, pretty clearly to the official that he thought that was a well-contested shot as Reggie Mackey hits the first free throw. Standing right on the WNC on that Snow Canyon script on the free throw line.
And he misses the second, but the offensive rebound, the Warriors reset. Here's Parker. And it's stripped out of his hands, but he's fouled. And that's going to go against Rasmussen.
Unique
How many
look there.
team fouls is that? That's got to be 5, right?
Yeah.
They're shooting.
That's what they're showing is 5 up on the board, and it's going to send Cooper Parker to the line. And tell me if I'm wrong, Carrick, but that's the first time I can think of tonight where Snow Canyon's had a player back to the basket, drive in, and yield results. I know he didn't get to put a shot up, but you're going to get points from the free throw line as the first one goes down.
Yeah, Parker gets his first bucket, and I think that's going to be key here. Getting inside and then kicking it back out. And Parker makes both free throws, so 32-26. Desert Hills still the lead, but can the Warriors take back some momentum? Andrus over to Spence. Spence has it tipped away. Bodies all over the floor. Spence grabs it. Are they going to call a jump ball? There was 2 or 3 Snow Canyon players that rolled over the top of him. What's the call? They've still not signaled it yet.
I think it's going to be a jump.
It's a jump ball
Yeah.
going back to Snow
It's going
Canyon.
back to the Warriors.
Asher Spence is going, are you kidding me? Roll the wrestling mat out.
That's the Warriors just hustle and pursuit shining through right there.
You got to love the aggression.
And, I mean, at this point in the game, we talked about it pregame. If you're Snow Canyon, you're 1 of 5 in region play, man. Sometimes you can't get hung up on these technicalities and, you know, the etiquette of basketball. Sometimes you have to be aggressive, take a shot, and hope that the official doesn't see it differently than you.
1:30 to go. Here's Smith. Over to Mackey. 6-point Desert Hills lead. Snow Canyon trying to chip away. Jomack, mid-post right, bouncing backdoor. Good look, but it goes right through Thompson's hands and out of bounds.
It was well contested from Ben Chase, who stayed with Thompson step for step, but Chase had his back to Joe Mack. So when he let that bounce pass go, it still had an opportunity. And you're right, Thompson touched it, got hands on it, ultimately kicks out of bounds. Even if he would have gathered that, though, Chase was there well enough, it would have been a heavily contested shot.
1:17 to go. Quarter number 3, Desert Hills trying to add to a 32-26 advantage. Terry dribbling left to right, kicks it to Chase, catching left wing. Thought about going inside, pulls it back out beyond the 3-point line. Still with possession, guarded by Joe Mack Smith. Behind the back dribble to the left, and he's bumped. He loses possession, and that'll be team foul number 3 against Snow Canyon here in the third. So Desert Hills will get a fresh 35 on the shot clock, and they'll trigger from the baseline left. Someone's got to go take the ball in. Here's Rasmussen, gets the play call from the bench, and here we go. Rasmussen looking, will lob it into Holbrook. Mackey tried to steal it from him, couldn't get it to him. Instead, here's Holbrook. Kicks it out, then gets it back. Then post right is Holbrook. Snow Canyon collapsing to try to make the steal, and a foul. I think they're going to get Cooper Parker coming from the help side.
There were 3 bodies around Holbrook who started to lose control of that basketball, and as soon as you see that basketball get loose or the handle isn't quite as tight, right? Blood in the water type scenario, your aggression turns all the way up. In that case, maybe a little too much contact with the body gives Desert Hills another chance and a fresh shot clock.
Holbrook kicking to Terry, left corner 3 on the way, rattles out, and a push in pursuit of the rebound, and it's going to go against Desert Hills, which means free throws for Snow Canyon on the other end.
First and foremost, Holbrook getting inside, beautiful corner kick out to Terry. That was a great look, one that Desert Hills has to be pleased with. It just didn't go. And then the shenanigans after the fact result in a Mason Rasmussen foul, which is, I think they've got it correct now, Carrick. 3 personals. Remember
5.
his last foul, they had him at 5.
Maybe
3.
Maybe they're counting backwards.
It might be.
Started at 5. First free throw is up and through for Mackey. 32-27. Snow Canyon trying to cut it to a 4-point deficit with 36 seconds to go here in the third. And it's up and through for Mackey. 32-28. Mackey with 17. Here's the Thunder. Springer. Left wing. Swinging it to the right wing, and Terry. Guarded by Parker. Swing it all the way back around to the left. And Holbrook. Springer pops up, makes a catch, now finds Ben Chase. 12 to shoot. Chase dribbles top of the key. Low bounce to Rasmussen, still in the game with 3 fouls. And up to Terry with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Into the left corner, Springer for 3. He buried it. And that's how the third quarter will end. And Springer has 11 points.
What a shot from Springer. He stayed ready, stayed consistent. All the action was happening away from him. He waited for his moment to come through, caught that pass, fired it up, and hits his third 3 of the night.
35-28, Desert Hills by 7. We'll take the 60-second timeout. Come back with the fourth quarter on ESPN 97.7.
Welcome back to the action, brought to you in part by Ideal Home and Paint.
Right now at Wendy's, kickstart your morning with a breakfast burrito. And no, this is not your average breakfast burrito. We're talking 6 strips of bacon, seasoned potatoes, 2 fresh cracked eggs, and 2 slices of cheese, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla. Got all that? It's a complete breakfast in one hand. Ready to go anywhere you go. Introducing Wendy's new breakfast burrito, only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
35-28, Desert Hills a 7-point lead as we go to the fourth quarter. Ideal Home and Auto Paint game of the night on ESPN 97.7, as well as streaming on sportsradio977.com. Alongside Rustin Burnside, I'm Carrick Segmiller. Thanks so much for making us part of your night. Reggie Mackey has 17 to lead all scorers, but it's a 7-point lead for the visiting Thunder. Here's Chase for Desert Hills. Hangs, can't hit. Lamoureux the rebound for the green and gold.
That was actually a clean look from Ben Chase. A little hesitation dribble, using his patience to actually get a shot at the rim. It just kind of left it short.
Here's Joe Mack Smith operating at the free throw line. Looking backdoor. Good cut from Parker, but it's stripped away. Springer the steal. And Desert Hills with the possession. We'll see if Desert Hills opts to really slow it down offensively here in the fourth with a 7-point lead. Try to burn as much clock as they can each possession.
Well, then in a 35-28 ball game, you're okay with efficiency, right? Even if that means longer into the shot clock.
Springer for 3, right wing. No. Rattled in and out.
That guy's got the hot hand. Might as well, right? Coming off a screen, steps back, has wiggle room. Right idea, just in and out, and Snow Canyon trying to cut into this bad boy.
Smith guarded by Chase. And another miscommunication. Second time those two players have done that.
It's the same situation.
as Smith throws it away as Parker vacated after making eye contact. And then they wasn't ready for the pass.
And that's why a lot of teams, make sure you have a symbol for whenever you're doing the old backdoor cut. And I'm sure Snow Canyon does as well. I wasn't paying attention to that at the moment. But so it could be a misread of that signal. Could be a misread of simply where one's supposed to go in the offense. The only difference between the two is Smith was further into the paint last time that occurred. This time they were both on the perimeter as the officials and Chaz Holbrook have a chat.
That was like an extended. They got a 30-second timeout out of it. Official had something to say to Chaz Holbrook, and a travel called against Ben Chase as he tried to jump and go up over a defender to hand the ball off. I guess they're saying maybe his feet came back down before he delivered the pass.
It's tough. Coach Allred doesn't like that one. Coach Ball has no complaints on it, and rightfully so. I think it was a scenario where he was bumped a little by Smith. Good aggression coming up. Once again, see how far you can go. Test those limits. The Warriors have done that a handful of times tonight, and why wouldn't you?
And an offensive foul away from the basketball against Joe Mack Smith. Been a tough night to get a rhythm on either side.
Well, look, would you look at that? Would you look at that, right? It's another offensive foul, something the officials, they continue to hark on the same things. You kind of have an idea of how they're going to officiate here in the final 6 minutes and 18 seconds on our Nets on Fire clock.
Rasmussen, the fadeaway jumper, missed iron, and he's going to hear it from the Snow Canyon student section. Here's Mackey in transition the other way. Gets a layup off the glass. Couldn't get it to fall in, but he's got 2 free throws on the way. Free throws brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. And Mackey trying to get 2 points for the Warriors with the clock stopped at 6:10 in the fourth.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 minutes without a score. Mackey can change that right now. Made a couple tonight, missed a couple. That one's going to go down for number 4. Give him 18 points on the night. Looking for point number 19. Last time these guys squared off, Desert Hills did a relatively solid job. They held him specifically to 2 points in that game. It's been a different story here tonight, Carrick. And we weren't at that game. I don't know the whole story, if that was pure defensive effort, if that was injury. Whatever it was, though, it certainly played a factor in Snow Canyon losing this one set by 17 last time they squared off out at Desert Hills.
Snow Canyon hanging around, 35-30. Desert Hills by 5. Will we have a Region 9 Classic on a Friday night? Low-scoring affair in the jungle, and that's how Desert Hills likes it. And a good look inside from Terry to Springer, and he lays it up and in. Terry looked off the defender and found his man, and Springer laid it up and in. 37-30. The Thunder lead by 7. A timeout called with 5:36 to go here in quarter number 4. It's a full timeout, so we'll take it. 60-second timeout and back.
That's not good.
What?
Yep, your car's broken.
Oh, come on.
But we can fix it and get you back on the road quickly.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Pro Auto Care in St. George can handle anything under the hood of your Honda, Acura, Toyota, and Lexus. From oil changes to major repairs, quality work at an affordable price. Check them out at yourproautocare.com. That's yourproautocare.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
37-30, Desert Hills the lead after the great dish from Terry inside to Springer. And now Snow Canyon tries to match with 5:35 to go in the fourth.
How about the cut and from the corner from Springer, too? This is a guy normally right around 6 points a night. He's at 13, and we talked at the break how important it would be to have some of these extras step up. Springer's filled that role.
Lamoureux for 3, left corner for the Warriors. No, offensive rebound Thompson. They'll reset. Get it quickly out to Mackey. That last Desert Hills bucket probably got to be atop our leading candidates for our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game tonight.
Yeah. came at a big moment. First points of the fourth quarter and what is a tight-knit ball game. I like that 3 attempt from Lamoureux we just saw. He was 4 of 6 from downtown first time these guys played, had 16 points. So far, he's looking for his first bucket of the night. No, he has 2.
Here is Mackey. Fires a shot as he fades away, trying to get contact and free throws. The referee says, nope, it was on the ground.
For a TV audience, you might see that and say, well, that was an unorthodox off-balance shot. They maybe bailed him out there. The contact happened before the jump shot, and he just that shot was a byproduct of him sensing it, feeling the call was going to be made, and going up with it in such a way, trying to get the shots. Instead, it's an inbound.
37-30. Warriors trail by 7. Got to have a bucket here. Here's Smith. Over to Mackey. Mackey shoots the deep 3. Could have gone pick and roll with Thompson. 3 misses. And the ball goes to Desert Hills on the loose ball.
Good come from behind scenario by Nils Larson. Got around. Ben Chase thought he had the rebound, was looking for the outlet. He snuck behind and poked it loose, but it's going to go off the foot of Larson and stays with the Thunder.
The Thunder with the 7-point advantage, 37-30. Try to tack on here. Neither team is led by double digits tonight. And Chase traveled. And after the whistle rang out, decided, hey, I'll try to throw it down anyway.
Desert Hills student section is voicing their thoughts on the matter.
Well, you got some extra sitting along the sideline over there as well. They were right in the ear of the official. They said, what in the world? Snow Canyon, can they take advantage here? Mackey looking inside Thompson, tiptoes the end line, has to fire back to Lamoureux. Over to Larson, passes on the 3. I'd like to see him take a couple of those. Thompson is bumped by either Ben Chase or Colton Andrus. Both were in the neighborhood. It'll be Chase. And team foul number 3 against Desert Hills. Something to keep an eye on as they approach the double bonus with 3:46 to go in the fourth. And a 7-point Desert Hills lead.
And I do like in such a tight game that they're not going to one individual, right? They're still trying to play team ball and get the best shot possible. You've had nights where Mackey's your main guy, Lamoureux's your main guy, Thompson, but right now they're trying to continue to distribute that ball.
Here's Larson for 3, right corner. His first 3 attempt at least of the second half. A little too much juice on it. And here come the Thunder after the rebound.
Clean shot, though. Coach Ball lives with those looks, that's for sure.
Desert Hills trying to close this one out. Chase crossing over to his left, lost the basketball into the hands of Larson, had Mackey. Didn't see him. Instead, they'll set up the half-court offense. Larson to Smith. Now Lamoureux driving all the way around the free throw line down to the block from left to right. Now back out to Smith. Tipped out of his hands, no, bumped and fouled by Colton Andrus. And that's a big one because that's team foul number 4. Now with each subsequent foul, Snow Canyon will be shooting.
Yeah, that's only going to amp up the intensity from Snow Canyon's willingness to drive inside and try to create contact.
Thompson driving, lost the basketball, kicks to the right corner. Lamoureux 3, in and out. Rebound to the Thunder. Pass ahead to Andrus. In traffic, will lay it up and misses the layup. But 2 free throws coming. And I think Niels Larson going to get called for hitting him on the arm.
I mean, that's just a heads-up play from Andrus there. Not only to receive that pass, put the ball on the floor. Most guys, it was a 1-on-3 scenario, would likely stop, back it up, set up the offense. He simply realized if I act like I'm going to go to the right, the defense will shift. He acts that way, shifts back to the left, and goes for the layup attempt. They had no choice but to foul him as the first free throw will drop.
Now, Andrus makes the free throw, misses the second, and Thompson the rebound. Still not out of the realm of possibilities here for Snow Canyon, but you got to get a bucket here. No more empty possessions. Down by 8 with 2:34 to go in the fourth. Here's Smith, passes on a 3, will drive it inside, jump stop, kicks to the left corner, 3 on the way from Mackey, off the front iron, offensive rebound Lamoureux, the putback short, grabs his own rebound, back up again, yes!
Way to stay with it, young man. Gil Lamoureux had a hard time shooting tonight from downtown, but he gets aggressive into the paint, misses, gets his rebound, puts it back, and that's the fight Snow Canyon needs right now in what is a 6-point game.
And it's a 30-second timeout by Snow Canyon. We'll keep it right here, 38-32, a 6-point lead for Desert Hills. And Ruston Snow Canyon probably going to draw up some semblance, maybe not a full-on full court, but something to try to pressure Desert Hills and try to get a steal here.
Well, absolutely. And it may not be the most necessary thing right now. You're not saying go foul him, go be over the top, go do something dramatic that could cost us the game and give up a point. But right now it's a 6-point game with 2:20 on the clock. And I don't want to be too over the top here, Carrick, but 6 points in a game like this, it's 38-32 towards the end of the fourth. That's a lot, all right? It's not as if 6 points have come consecutively. In fact, the only moment I can think of is when Desert Hills got hot for a quick second from downtown and hit consecutive 3 balls. It's doable, but you still want to play your cards right here. You don't want to hang your hat on, we need 2 threes and we're back in it. You still want to grind it out, pick it up the best way you can, and that comes from defensive intensity that Snow Canyon's going to try to put forth here, while Desert Hills will look to take care of this basketball, understanding that pressure's upcoming.
Snow Canyon will pick the Thunder up half court, not full court. Now here's Terry. Over to Holbrook. And off to Terry. Over to Springer. Passes on a 3, spinning into the lane, and a bump and a foul will go against Larson again. They have 2 fouls to give, so really no harm, no foul, other than the fact that the shot clock resets.
Yeah, it's
with 2:05 to go.
They had a couple, so no problems there, like you mentioned. And if anything, right now you can get your defense set from another angle, right, and hope that adds an opportunity.
Chase inbound to Terry. Terry loses his footing, driving into the lane, now kicks to the right corner. Chase for 3, short. Mackey the rebound. We got a 2-on-1. Mackey bouncing inside, and a great tip by Terry. Lamoureux chases it down for the Warriors, and they'll set up the offense. Pass inside. Mackey off the window and one.
Man, Reggie Mackey, 21 points on the night, an extra point potentially upcoming. And what impressed me most about that, Carrick, is not only the pass inside from Joe Mack Smith, good find, but how quick Mackey was on that spin. I think you're expecting, to put the ball on the floor, maybe do a power dribble, maybe a couple dribbles as he continued to back down. No, he caught that ball. He was inside, quick rotation of that body, laid it up off the glass, and I think it caught Chase off guard.
The free throw is up and through. It's a 3-point game, and Mackey has 22 points. And this place coming alive, the jungle, with Snow Canyon trailing by 3. Chase over to the left side, and Springer. Chance of defense raining down. 15 on the shot, 1:27 on the game clock. Chase behind the back dribble. The offense maybe a little helter-skelter. Chase spinning to the left. Lefty layup denied by Thompson. And Parker the rebound. Snow Canyon can tie with a 3. Parker over to Smith. Got to get the ball to number 4, right?
You would imagine so.
Got to find your guy.
I know team ball's been the theme for Snow Canyon, but Mackey's got the hot hand. Unless it's a wide open look, Desert Hill's going to do all they can to try to take away number 4.
Parker puts the ball on the floor. Over to Mackey. 38-35, step back 3, too short, and the rebound to Ben Chase, and he's fouled by Thompson with 48.8 seconds to play.
Not the worst foul, Carrick.
No.
You had one to give, and plus that was a long rebound. Ben Chase had a full head of steam. That could have been dangerous right there.
What do they call that foul in the NBA? That's
a clear path.
A clear path foul, right?
Yeah,
but not in high school.
There were a couple guys debatably out in front. Either way, though, it's the right call.
It's a professional foul is what it is.
Yes.
You recognize that if you don't make that foul, Chase is probably going down for a dunk.
Thompson's got 4 now. He'll take a quick seat. We'll see if that lasts the duration of this game or if he checks back in for offense.
Can the Warriors get another stop? Can the Thunder try to put it away here? Chase loses his man, and he'll catch it and score it inside.
Off-ball movement, rotation around the perimeter, and a great find from Freeman. Springer as Mackey wanted a foul, put up a wild shot, won't go.
And a whistle and a timeout for Desert Hills. And it's 40-35. The Thunder, the 5-point lead with 26 ticks remaining. It's going to be a full timeout. Let's take it. 60-second timeout and back with the finale.
Since 1946, Wilkinson's House of Lighting has been lighting homes and businesses in southern Utah. When I was just a kid, the selections were pretty slim. In fact, it all started when my grandpa Kay attached a sheet of plywood to the ceiling of his living room and mounted a few styles of lighting fixtures to it. Then looked at my grandma Lael and said, "We're in the lighting business now." 79 years later, a lot has changed. We have the most complete selection of lighting fixtures, ceiling fans, lamps, accessories, and lighting-educated staff than you'll find just about anywhere. Come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South.
That's not good.
What?
Yep, your car's broken.
Oh, come on.
But we can fix it and get you back on the road quickly.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Pro Auto Care in St. George can handle anything under the hood of your Honda, Acura, Toyota, and Lexus. From oil changes to major repairs, quality work at an affordable price. Check them out at yourproautocare.com. That's yourproautocare.com.
40-35. Desert Hills, a 5-point lead, 26.3 seconds to go. Inbound to Holbrook, over to Chase, and Chase is bumped by Cooper Parker with 23 ticks remaining. Shot clock is off. Had to foul, and now you get 2 free throws for Ben Chase, and he's probably one of 2 guys you don't really want at the line.
Yeah.
If you're Snow Canyon.
They did a good job
fan,
getting it back to him.
Yeah.
This is a 65% free throw shooting team, Carrick. And really on the season for Ben Chase, as the first one's getting ready to go up, he is 45 of 54. Change that now.
Yeah.
45 of 54, man. That is incredibly impressive. Now make it a 46 of 55. That's there's got to be few guys out there who shoot a higher percentage from the stripe.
It's a 6-point lead, 41-35, 23 seconds to play. He makes the second, 42-35, and 14 points for Ben Chase. A tip, and it goes out of bounds. Snow Canyon will maintain possession with 17 seconds to go.
Freeman Springer's just got his hands on the ball. Had that assist to Ben Chase. That was the big bucket and deflected that one.
Into the corner. Larson for 3. High arcing 3. No. Ball tapped around and into the hands of Mackey. He'll fire a 3 in the corner. It's no good. Springer the rebound. And Snow Canyon not going to foul. That's how the game will end. 42-35. Desert Hills going to win it. The Thunder improved to 10-7 overall, 4-2 in Region 9 play. Snow Canyon to 4-14, 1-6 in Region 9 play. And yet another time that Snow Canyon battles and is right there and just cannot quite get to the summit and get over the top.
Absolutely. I mean, all credit to the Thunder here in this scenario. Was it pretty? No. Was it the most exciting brand of basketball you've ever seen? Not necessarily. Was it an excellent win? In every sense of the word, it absolutely was. These are the types of games that are the most difficult to pull out. You're exhausted physically. You're exhausted emotionally. It doesn't feel like shots are falling. The ball movement is as crisp as you want it to be. Turnovers abound. You're not getting rebounds. Like, it's just sloppy. And yet Desert Hills persevered, pushed through, had some big effort from some of their stars and some of their role players tonight, and they ended up getting what was a pure team victory for this Desert Hills team. So a lot of credit to DHHS, especially right now in the region standings, to get them 2 games above 500. It'll only help them in the RPI. Snow Canyon was 22, Desert Hills was 14. And I'm impressed by the way they pulled this one out, because you're right. Snow Canyon coming off a 2-point loss. You knew they were hungry. They were oh so close. They almost did it again, but Desert Hills perseveres.
42-35, Desert Hills the winners. Let's step away. Quick 2-minute timeout. Come back with the Bucks Ace Hardware post-game show. We'll hand out some awards. And for our video audience, we'll bid you farewell. Thanks so much for tuning in and being part of our night. 2-minute timeout on radio. Have a good night, everybody, on the TV side.
Welcome back to the action, brought to you in part by Ideal Home and Paint.